All right, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth. Today is July 26, 2015, and today we have with us heavyweight prospect Laron Mitchell. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you taking time. I just want to go over a few facts. Your pro record is actually outstanding right now. I mean, you haven't had a lot of fights, but you are 8-0 with 8 knockouts, right?
Yes.
And like I said, you are a heavyweight. You are southpaw, correct?
Southpaw, yes. I fight southpaw. Yes, I do.
Okay, and you're from you're out of San Francisco, California, right now, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, now you actually you started your boxing career a little late, but I want to talk about before you got into the pros. You actually did get a in 2011 you were in the Olympic trials and you actually got a silver medal, and in the 2012 U.S. Nationals you got a bronze medal, right?
Yes, I did.
And you actually did beat a heavyweight that's on the rise right now in the division, and that's Dominic Brazil. You actually beat him in the trials, correct?
Yeah, it was a good fight too. Really good fight. Got a lot of respect for Dom.
And hopefully we'll maybe see you two guys in the ring later in the future.
Hopefully that'd be a good thing for both of us, and we both are family men, so we, give us some money to take care of our kids.
So you actually debuted though as a pro in 2013, and you're actually 35 years old right now, right?
Yes, I am.
You need to get to that heavyweight title soon.
Yeah, I looked at it from that aspect until I watched Tony Thompson fight, until I see Klitschko's fight into their 40s, until I look at Antonio Tarver, who's still doing his thing at heavyweight, and my coach who told me I'm like a Cadillac in the garage with 10,000 miles on it because I haven't taken a lot of damage. So as long as everything keeps going and Andy Nash keeps moving me at the pace I'm going, I think I'll be able to still have a full career. Even though I'll be a lot older, I'll still be able to have a full career. So,
well, it's possible.
That's the goal.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, there's some heavyweights that have came back after a few years that are still out there now. I actually just found out that Razor Ruddock is actually fighting September 12th up in Canada, and he's 51 years old.
Oh wow! Okay.
So
there you go.
And there's a lot of guys still out there that have been fighting for a while. Dominic Wynn, Michael Grant's back. There's so many guys that have came back, because they say the division just isn't what it used to be, and they figure that they actually got a chance to get a world title now.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with guys who have hot names in boxing coming back to the sport, because it opens the doors for guys like myself and Dominic and, all the up-and-comers and guys that want to, make a name for ourselves in the sport as well, get fights with these guys later on when the time is right. And, you have to beat somebody to make a name for yourself, usually in this sport.
Speaking of a couple hot names that are kind of out there right now, Chris Arreola and Malik Scott. Did you train with both of those guys before?
No, neither of those two. I haven't trained with either of those guys.
Okay, because I thought I saw a report somewhere that you were in a gym with both of them at one time or something, so.
Oh, no, it'd be an honor to be in the gym with those guys and train and pick up from both of them. A lot of boxing knowledge, that I can pick up from them guys, so that would be something I wouldn't turn down at all. If they were calling me for sparring right now, I'd do it,
Is there any names in the heavyweight division right now? Any big names that you've been sparring with or that you have any relationships with?
Yeah. Charles Martin and I sparred, and we had really good sparring sessions. A couple of them, a couple of different camps, as a matter of fact, and we really went back and forth in the camps. And Charles is a hell of an athlete. For him to be ranked as high as he is not a surprise to me. If you've been in the ring with him, I doubt there are very few people that have been in the ring with him that would not justify his ranking right now. He's probably one of the higher names. I've been in the ring, like I said, with Dom and Donovan Dennis, Ashanti Jordan, so some pretty good guys, but I I'm absorbing from everybody. No matter who they are, I'm trying to, learn something when I'm in the ring or in the gym with them.
Okay, so now I want to talk about how you got started in boxing, because boxing actually wasn't your first fight sport. You actually started training in MMA, right?
Yeah. I was at home. I was down football, and anybody who knows me knows I have to be doing something. And I was watching the ISL, and there was a guy he was like 34, and they were like, yeah, he just started training a year ago, and I think he was already like 8-0 in MMA. And he walked in with no combat sport background at all, started training, and I was like, you know what? Let me go down here and let me see what's up. Let me try to stay in shape. Let me see how it goes. And I went and took to it like a fish to water, and I think I fought 6 months later.
So how many MMA fights did you have? MMA fights?
I had 3.
Okay.
3-0.
Okay, so technically in fighting sports, you're 11-0 right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were amateur though. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they weren't pro.
Okay, now let's talk about another sport that you actually played. You played college football before you did any MMA or boxing, and you actually worked out for the 49ers and the Buffalo Bills, correct?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what?
And I'm sorry.
No, so what happened with that?
Nothing. It worked out. Yeah, I worked out, trained, and I wasn't signed to an actual contract. But it was the same year that the Niners signed Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker. I actually had a couple of other trial offers the same day. Was the Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. And just being from San Francisco, I'm a free agent. Let's try to make the home team. And I worked out with the Niners. Didn't get signed, but like I said, they signed Delaney Walker and Vernon Davis. So you can't complain about them signing. Two. One was an All-Pro, and one was really close to becoming an All-Pro. So it worked out for the better because I'm boxing.
Okay. Actually, you do another career besides boxing, which actually a lot of boxing fans might be surprised. I know I kind of was surprised when I found this out. You're actually a full-time elementary school teacher, and you teach physical education from kindergarten to 8th grade, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So how do you like that?
I love it. It is working with kids. It makes sure that I'm going to have a better life. When I'm an old man, it helps that my kids will have a better life. It helps that my grandkids will have a better life. I feel like I'm able to give back immediately with the impact that I have on the kids. Plus, I'm challenged every day to stay in shape because I think I've had a foot race every other day since school started.
So how do the kids look up to you? Do they know about your boxing career? Do they kind of look up at you like a celebrity, or what's going on with that?
I'm just Mr. Mitchell. I think they're too young to embrace the professional aspect of things unless you're like really rich or really, really big. And boxing to a lot of kids isn't as big as football or basketball or baseball. So they know that I'm a professional boxer. They look at me like, man, Mr. Mitchell is tough and he's really big and he's strong, but at the end of the day, I'm still Mr. Mitchell. Because I don't, hey, you're kids to me. I respect them. I love them. I love all the kids at the school. And, I will call them on their actions just like a parent would.
So you're not spending the whole class time signing autographs yet then, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
So let me ask you something. I know you've only been in 8 pro fights, but you had a lot of amateur fights before that too. So do you have any like superstitions or rituals or habits that you do before a fight?
I get nervous, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it, but I get nervous weeks before the fight. It actually helps me and keeps me sharp for training. There's been times that I've been like sick and nauseous before training sessions, not necessarily even sparring sessions, but just training, going to the gym to work out 2 to 3 weeks before a fight. I'm like, oh my God, like things guys go through before the fight, I actually go through them like weeks before. And then when it's fight time, I'm like, let's get it over with. I'm ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? Like the fear factor is removed because I've dwelled on it for a week or whatever, and then it goes away. Then I'm like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I trained as hard as I could. I don't care now. And then I go into the fight like free.
Okay, so let me
weights lifted off my shoulders.
So let me ask you something. Do you think your boxing style, seeing that you have 8 wins with 8 knockouts, are you more like a Mike Tyson where you just go in there and get rid of your opponent? Or are you like an Evander Holyfield where you kind of take your time and you break down your opponents and then you end up with a knockout or a TKO?
I'm like Chris Bird, I think. Chris Bird was able to knock a few people out. It's hard to explain. Andy says I hit hard. I think I hit hard, but I don't look for the knockout. I think I like to box. And then when they give me an opening, I land the shot. And if you watch Chris Bird, he's one of my favorite fighters. That's why I bring him up. He lands a lot of clean punches. But I think me being bigger than Chris Bird, when I really land them, the guys feel it. Plus, they're my first 8 fights. Let's see how it looks at 20, or 21.
Okay, speaking of that, is there anything in the works for this summer? Do you have any names on a list? Do you got any fights coming up that the fans need to know about?
Yeah, fight April 21st in Ontario, California. Again, not sure of who. Andy Nance and Jimmy Ford and Thompson Boxing, Alex Campanova and them guys, they tell their name and I'm fighting them. So as soon as they find out, it should be any day now, then they call me and, I'm training like I'm fighting Frisco anyway.
So now,
Ryan Jennings or any one of the top heavyweights anyway.
Now, was that August 21st you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's going to be in Ontario, California.
Yes.
Do you have a venue?
At the Doubletree Hotel.
Okay, so
they have like a convention center there, and it'll be there.
So anybody that's in that area, if you can make it and come out and check out Laron Mitchell. He is 8-0. Hopefully he's going to be 9-0 after August 21st because he's a prospect heavyweight. You're going to want to learn his name, and you might as well get to watch him live now because pretty soon you might have to be paying for pay-per-view.
Yes, sir. And don't forget to hit up Fire in the Ring Boxing for T-shirts. Come through and represent.
Do you want? Is there a website or anything you want to throw out there for that?
FireInTheRingBoxing.com. They can also add me on Twitter, whoopass_tweets. And Instagram is rondizzle_juice.
Okay.
And then they can contact me for any information for the church. Because Ring of Fire, when we come through, the kids come. I've had like in my last fight, and they'll see some of the pictures I sent you. Some of my students actually came down, and they were able to walk me to the ring. So it was a big thing for me. I think I got more gratification from it than they did. It was like they felt like they were walking like Mayweather or somebody to the ring, and I'm like, oh man, I'm getting walked to the ring by like some of my students. So it was a very humbling experience. But I was able to give back, and that's really what it's all about. So contact me. Everybody that comes through to represent Laron Mitchell, please wear a Ring of Fire shirt or Fire in the Ring shirt so we can let everybody know that we're in the building.
So tell me something that your boxing fans wouldn't know about you.
Oh man. I don't know. What don't they know about me? I love piano. It's my favorite instrument.
Hey, that's an honest answer. There's not a lot of heavyweights out there playing piano, I'd be willing to bet.
I think that'd be a big thing.
Are you pretty good at it?
I was. Boxing slowed me down a lot. I was turning the corner. I can play a lot of songs, and I was learning by ear. I was up to 6 hours a day at one point of playing the piano. This was before MMA, obviously, when I was in that transitional period. But I'm still on about 20 minutes a day, playing. I'm not where I could have been had I not started boxing, but I wouldn't be on the phone with you and be able to make all these memories if I wasn't boxing either. So I'm grateful for it.
Oh, I appreciate that. Do you have a nickname?
No, Laron Mitchell. I'm taking all options. If you have any nicknames, send them to me. We'll go with the best one. Jimmy calls me Let's Get It On Laron because my second amateur fight, I got hit with his right hand. I saw it coming, too. bam, I got hit. My nose was just pouring blood, like somebody turned on a water hose. Pouring blood. And the guy, I'm winning the fight. You know, we're going toe to toe. It's a good fight, but I'm winning. And my nose is pouring blood. And the doctor stops it. He stops it. He comes over. He looks. I'm like, hey, is my nose broken? He said, no. I said, man, well, let's get it on. Because I'm trying to get the guy out of there. You know, I'm mad he punched me in the face now. So now I got to return the favor. And the doc's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, man, let's go. Let's get it on. So that's why he calls me, let's get it on the ride.
So now, is that Jimmy Ford? Is that your trainer?
Yes, sir. My head trainer, Jimmy Ford.
Now, he's been with you for a long time, right?
My entire career. Jimmy Ford, Dennis Lawler, Fly Sison, they've all three been working with me my entire career.
So tell me what Jimmy Ford, as just being in your life, means to you.
Everything that encompasses in my boxing career, I wouldn't be boxing without him. You know, Jimmy and I, we met. We were best friends from the first time we met. We saw each other. It was almost like that fine woman you see in the club, minus the, you know, but me and Jimmy are like brothers. So you see a woman in the club, you know you're going to like her and she likes you. You see a certain person, you know you guys are going to click. That's how it was with me and Jimmy. We saw each other, was like, man, this is my brother from another mother. And we linked up, and, you know, from the first time we had a conversation, he and I were both on the same page as far as like our overall goal and what we felt like our life was meant to do. He's here to help people. I feel like I'm here to help people. Every job I've had, I've been in the service field in some kind. Even, you know, the teaching field is still a service field because I still find myself servicing kids that have things going on in their life and helping them out, providing a service of some sort. And so, you know, we saw eye to eye. He actually gave me a key the second day I saw him to the gym because he wanted me to come in 30 minutes early and be warmed up when he got there so that we can work out before the kids worked out. So everything that I've accomplished in boxing has really started with him.
All right. Do you have a pre-fight meal?
Whatever's good.
Is there, do you have an activity outside of boxing that has nothing to do with the sport besides playing the piano that you enjoy doing?
My kids are involved in 4-H, so they're farmers. So we're very active in regards to animals and farming, and they have goats and chickens, and they just got a new dog, and they want to get a steer for next year. So that, you know, farming is life, cowboy life.
Okay, so now I know that you still got a long ways to go in your career. Like I said, you only have 8 professional fights, but tell me how boxing, good and bad, has affected your life overall.
Man, I think I've had to sacrifice for a few things. I don't know if it's a bad thing because sacrifice is a choice. I could have chosen not to give those things up. Good is all these memories, man, I'm creating. You know, like I would have never had an opportunity to go to Siberia. And shout out to George Schimmel, my USA boxing teammate. He lost his fight last night, but shout out to George Schimmel, Errol Spence, Toka Khan, all them guys, Antoine Douglas. I met all those guys, went to Siberia. We boxed over there. I wouldn't have met the quality guys like Jimmy and, you know, I wouldn't have Andy. The memories I'm making, you know, it well worth it.
Okay, so do you consider yourself a silent boxer that just gets in the ring and takes care of business, or do you like to engage in the trash talk with your opponents and make it entertaining?
I think the entertaining part, you can be entertaining without trash talking. If they want to trash talk, I can talk shit with the best of them. I just haven't had to yet, and I don't think I will, because at the end of the day, I get to punch you in the face for you talking shit, you know, before the fight. So, I mean, I can, and I'm not afraid of it. You know, somebody would have talked stuff. Remember, they were talking shit a couple fights ago at the weigh-ins. Mad reckless. It was just, you should have heard them. It was funny to me, because I laughed. That's my way of, I don't get upset, I laugh, you know? So I'm laughing at it, and then ended up stopping the guy, and they come up afterwards like, hey, man, you know, it's all about trying to make it interesting. And I'm like, okay, the fans don't care about nothing but that knockout. If they know you're going to get swept before the end of the fight, You don't need to build up. Build it up with your, what you do in the ring. But I can talk shit. I just haven't had to. I guess if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Do you have a favorite boxing movie?
That'd be Rocky 4, man. Rocky 4. Everybody's favorite boxing movie. Rocky 4. Well, from the 80s, about Rocky 4.
Okay. And I'm going to wrap it up with this last question. And obviously, if anybody's been listening to this, we know that you work with kids a lot. You love working with kids. So I want to know what type of advice you would give a kid that walked into the gym for the first time and wanted to be a boxer.
First thing is first. Stay humble. You gotta stay humble because no matter how good or bad you're doing, you have to be okay with yourself, and you gotta work hard. You have to be willing to always push yourself.
All right, and I want to give you a chance to say something to your fans and your supporters before we wrap this up.
Thank you guys for supporting me. As you guys know, like I know if anybody has talked to me before, this is all a journey, and I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm at 8-0 right now, and that could change. I'm taking it one round at a time. I'm taking it one sparring session at a time, one fight at a time. So just enjoy this ride with me. Let's see what we can, what comes out of it. Thank you guys for all the support.
All right, and with that, the truth has spoken.